Hey Rod, what's new?
Good day, Copilot. Thank you once again for joining my podcast. I have some questions for you. Do you mind?
Love to. What's on the docket?
All right. First off, what do you know about security drift?
Security drifts typically when security measures become less effective over time, either because of changing threats or complacency in enforcement. This can include outdated software, ignored protocols, or just general leniency. It's a big deal because it leaves systems vulnerable. How's this fitting into your podcast's topic?
I love it. Hey, next question. How serious do you think security drift is? And do you think that organizations might not be aware that this is actually happening within their environments?
It's a huge deal, often underestimated. Organizations might not even realize it's happening, especially if their focus drifts from security to other priorities. It's like that slow leak you don't notice until it's a flood. What's making you curious about security drift?
Well,
Seen it
this
in
is yeah, this is kind of top of mind for me right now. Some things I have a couple blog posts on this. I have a white paper, which obviously I'll share the link in the show notes. But can you let me? What are some early warning signs of security drift for those organizations wanting to know?
red flags include outdated software, infrequent security audits, rising phishing successes, and lax access controls. If you notice these, it's time to tighten things up. For your posts, maybe highlight these as low-hanging fruit checks.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Like a checklist, that would be great. That's a good idea. So how can organizations proactively identify and address security drift?
Regular audits and penetration testing, plus ongoing training, keep security fresh. Also, strong incident response plans are key. These measures can help you stay ahead of potential breaches or issues before they escalate. Getting
So
that into your checklist?
yeah. So proactively identifying, how often should security policies be reviewed and updated to combat drift? What's kind of the normal?
At least annually, but more often if there's a major change, like new tech or evolving threats. Think of it like a health checkup. Regular reviews help catch issues early before they become problems. Is this for your blog
Uh,
or thinking of a new white paper?
Thinking of both actually. How can automated tools help in detecting and mitigating security drift?
Automated tools can continuously scan for vulnerabilities, flag configuration changes, and ensure compliance. They're like digital bloodhounds, sniffing out trouble before it strikes. Useful for your team to stay ahead of security drift while focusing on the big picture. Adding that to your checklist of proactive steps.
Absolutely. You are super helpful. So what impact does, let's say, remote work have on security drift?
Remote work is a double-edged sword. It opens up flexibility, but also a Pandora's box of security risks. Unsecured home networks and personal devices can be weak points. Organizations need to bolster remote access controls and provide secure tools for their workers. Are you seeing more interest in this, with remote work sticking around?
Definitely seeing a lot more interest in this. And I think a lot of organizations may, like we said before, be unaware, but I think the awareness is what's going to enable organizations to be more secure. Can third party vendors contribute to security drift? And if so, how could that be managed?
Absolutely. Third-party vendors can introduce drift by not meeting your security standards or through unchecked access to your systems. Vet them carefully and conduct regular reviews or audits to ensure their practices align with yours. It's a risk, but manageable with the right oversight. Consider spotlighting this potential blind spot in your materials.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that answers all my questions, except, if I could ask you for maybe for our listeners, maybe the top three recommendations that you might suggest as far as what organizations could do to help minimize security drift.
Sure thing. First, Routine audits are crucial. Second, invest in ongoing training for staff to keep security top of mind. Third, maintain strong oversight of third-party vendors. With these steps, you'll catch drift before it spirals. Sound like actionable advice for your listeners?
I would say so. Hopefully they agree. Thank you so much once again, Copilot, for being a guest on After the Blog podcast, and we'll probably do this again.
Looking forward to it. Take care, Rod.